Spanish brought the new wave of colonization, and this country has 7,000 islands. And this finally, I'm in Manila today, which is in the biggest island of this country, in Luzon. And yesterday I arrived like midnight, so I really couldn't get the energy to go out and explore the city or explore the country or explore anything actually. But in the morning I can't wait to jump out of my bed and go outside and start exploring the city. So today my plan is to explore Manila, but before I come to this country I have read a lot of things about this country. I've read about the history of this country, I have read the colonized period of this country. So before I start telling any history of this country, I thought like I should start from the place where I should be, which is in Rizal Park, in front of the monument of Rizal. But let's talk about the geography a little bit about this country first. This country has 7,000 islands, and this 7,000 islands make this country called Archipelago of Philippines. And if you look at the Philippines from the above, it looks like a melting tear of Southeast Asia actually. But this island divided by three big islands. One is Luzon, another one is Mindanao, another one is Visayas. So now I'm here at the biggest island, Luzon, and I think the highest population here as well. But my plan is to go to the Mindanao and Visayas after 2 weeks and stay there for a couple of weeks before I leave. Not only the highest population in Manila or in Luzon, I think Manila is one of the biggest business hub in Asia, and I think the biggest business hub in Southeast Asia. And if you talk about the culture, they have a lot of influences from Spanish culture and American culture as well. But mostly, as far as I can see, they have a lot of influences about the American culture, like the American pop music, basketball, and a lot of like the clothing and dress up and everything. It looks like they follow a lot of American culture. And the cultural influences came from the colonization period as well, from Spanish colonization period and from American colonization period as well. But officially it says that Philippines has been found in 1521 by the sailor of a Portuguese sailor. He came to Southeast Asia with his crew people. He bought it from Malaysia as a slave. But he claimed this island of a Spanish territory because he was sailing around by the water of Spanish crown. So he claimed this island as a Spanish territory. But according to my research, long time ago, even before Spanish arrived here, a large number of population ran away from the Vijay Empire, which is like South Indian Empire. They ran away from there to Archipelago of Philippines and started populating this island. Then they started forming as a group, and the group leaders started involving themselves into trading with eastern part of Asia. And in 14th century, Sunni Islam arrived in Philippines from Brunei, and they started showing their interest in Philippines as well about the trading part and all. Anyway, so let's go back to the history of Spanish colonization. So Spanish arrived in 1521, but they started colonizing this country from 1565. So in 1521, when Maclean arrived in Philippines, he started spreading his power through the religious, and he started exploring the island and trying to convince people to get convert in Catholicism. And surprisingly, Raja of Cebu converted his religious in Catholicism. And there are a lot of leaders on that time started converting their religious, but still there is a conflict with the group. And unfortunately, Maclean was killed in a battle with a conflict. And not only that, but also his other soldier has been poisoned in a feast. Anyway, so from 1965, Spain started colonizing this country officially. They started colonizing this country from the New Mexico, which is called now New Mexico, and which was like before Spanish territory when the Spanish conquistador went to the Mexico and started taking the places. And after that, 1571, they moved to Madrid and they started getting all the administrative job from the Madrid, which is the capital city of Spain. And after that, the Spanish wanted to spread their colonization power from the Manila. So they wanted to build a city council. They wanted to build a real hall for the city council, to form a city council. So now I'm going to the place, like the wall they built it for the city council. It calls Intramuros, which is literally mean like a wall, surrounding wall or something. So I'm heading to the place and trying to show the history where it started.
Inside, sir.
No, I just want to go to Intramuros. I'll just then walk around because I don't want to walk on the sun at this moment.
Yeah, because you know, sir, if you're gonna walk, it's difficult to find a good places.
Yeah.
So that's why almost all tourists came here. They ride transportation because they want to see first interesting places. It's same here. You can walk also because come on.
But fortunately, I got a ride which is 100. I don't know how to ride here. That's the place though. It's kind of place like someone will ride a bicycle there. Yeah.
Philippine Lamborghini.
They call it Lamborghini.
Yeah.
All right, that sounds good though.
We're from the country.
Sorry, mate.
We're from the.
Actually, I could walk to the place, but I wanted to see how does it work. There are 3 types of vehicle. I felt this is very strange. One is this. Someone will pedal it, and you'll be just sitting at the side on the side. And another one is like looks like same, but they got an engine on there. It's like they will ride. Someone will ride the motorbike, and you'll be sitting on the side with a small van. And another one, I don't know the name yet, but I will try to find. The one I was talking about with the motorbike, and on the side you will be sitting. That one is just there. Let me zoom in. So what I was telling, that Spanish brought the new wave of colonization, and they started form a city council just middle of the city of Manila, and they built a wall just right behind me, and it calls Intramuros, which is literally mean like inside the wall or surrounding the wall. And they started colonizing from this place, from this council, and spreading their colonization from this place. So now I'm standing in front of the wall, and I'm walking through the Intramuros, which is a biggest symbol of history of Philippines. So back to the old time, if you look at the Manila, everything was inside the wall. But if we look at the Manila now, it's a completely different story, because Manila has a lot to offer. So when they started calling this place the city council, or they formed the city council, they declared this place the capital of East Indies. And not only that, this place started getting crowded because of the crisscross opportunity, because the Spanish can navigate from the new Spain, which is called now Mexico, to Manila without any interruption. So they started doing like filling with silver, mine there, a lot of things, and returning back to Mexico, like which was like New Spain, with a lot of luxury good and spice as well. Presentation.
It's just an interview.
Yeah, alright, go ahead.
Can we go there?
Yeah, let's go.
It's just literally there.
Are you a blogger?
Alright, so I was making video. A group of lads came here to do the interview for his school. So when I was in back in school, actually, in college, I used to go around and take the interview for my assignment and all this. So it reminds me of all those things, actually.
So this is our subject.
Yeah.
For our purpose, Dominic.
So that is so interesting. I was just walking around the Intramuros. I've been seeing a lot of people are dancing, doing the practices and all. I believe they're doing for the university courses and all. But suddenly a group of lads started asking me, can I do some interview and all? And I was so surprised, because it reminds me my college time when I used to go around and ask people for the interview. Because I'm going to travel the Philippines for a long time. Let me go get one as well then. Well, thank you so much for the support. Filipino people are always friendly, actually.
Thank you, bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
What's your channel, bro?
My name is Riad on the road.
Riad on the door.
On the road. I wish I could capture all the moments happen with me. Then I would be able to tell like how friendly people are in Philippines. Even when you walk around, they talk to you. How sweet they are, how kind they are. It's unbelievable, actually. Anyways, I will get back to the history once again, but I can't get the chance because people are so friendly here. Yeah, there you go. This always happens. It's really nice. This is really so that's how Spanish started colonizing from this city council. But unfortunately for Spanish people, it's always get a shout out when you make the videos. I don't know where they get energy with. So that's how Spanish colonization started from the Manila City Council. And after that, a massive crisis has been shown in education system. Then in 1863, everyone's realized that education system should be prioritized. And after that, a lot of wealthy family from Philippines, they started sending their people, sending their kids, sending their youths to Europe to get the education, get the higher education. Then a group of people, a group of students, while they're studying in Europe, they realized that the situation in Philippines, how they're suffering under the colonization of Spanish, and one of them called Jos Rizal. And under the Jos Rizal, there's a monument even in Rizal Park. I started my video from there. And that Jos Rizal has written few novels about the Philippine situation, but one book I really liked it, that is called, I think in Philippines language it's called Nail Me Tringan or something, but in English it's called Not to Touch Me. That book is really amazing, and that's how the revolution started, through the book. Though he has been sent to the prison after a few years. And this movement, sometimes called the propaganda movement even. And on the other hand, many people and many thought started flying around in Philippines about the independence, about the revolutionary. And on the other hand, America has shown the interest in Philippines as well. I will come back to the point once again. But before I leave the Intramuros, let me tell one thing about the Intramuros. This all has been destroyed by the Japanese army in Second World War. And after that, some all has been rebuilt and some has been restored after that. So when Filipinos started growing the independence vibe, they started dreaming about the independence, taking Cuba issue. There's another conflict that started from there. And the taking Cuba issue, America showed the interest in Philippines because the Philippines was a Spanish territory. But here, Spanish people was like ready to give up instead of going for a battle. So that is like literally our open eyes can see that it is a literally exchanging of colonization power between the Spanish and American. And that's how America took over the land of Philippines, and America colonized for next 40 years, I'm guessing around 40 years. And that's how America started colonizing this land until 1941. A surprise air attack has been launched by Japan, and during that time a lot of people has been killed. Even the wall I'm standing right now, this all has been destroyed, and a lot of people has been killed, raped, and a lot of war crime happened in Manila. Still it calls Manila massacre, which is one of the major war crime in the world happened by Japan soldier. And after that, Japan soldier forced American soldier to leave this land, and Japan started showing their power in Manila or in Philippines. But Filipino soldier, they are not ready to give up. They are not ready to give their land to Japan. So Filipino soldier, they started building more powerfully, and they keep resistance their land. They are not ready to give up. Then after that, the Filipino soldier started doing a new tactic, which is still called the guerrilla tactic, and try to resist their land until the Allies come back with full force. Then after that, Allies came back with full force. During 1944 to 1945, they did a camping, which is called, if I'm not mistaken, Liberate Philippines or something. And during this camping, Allies has come back with full force to get the independence in Philippines. After that, they forced Japan soldier to leave this land, and they won the battle, and the Philippines got the independence in 1946, and after that it's called Republic of Philippines.